It's Tuesday, the 30th of June. Can you believe we've made it through June already? 2020. And that means it's time for one thing and one thing only. It's time for today's The Quiz with me, 'tis your host, Edward C. Lewis, joined by the Sheriff of Kirkham and Wisham, Sheriff Neil WNL. How are you doing?
Y'all making fun of my accent? Yes, I'm the self-appointed sheriff today to bring law and order, law in caps, to this yard town territory.
The entire phrase, law and order.
Law and order, yes,
Law
capital
and order.
Yeah, has to be. Because it's been a rather lawless time in this quiz, and I'm here today to impose.
Straight. Finally, some rules to this thing. Finally, some rules.
Yeah. Because today's all about the Wild West.
All about the Wild West. What else we got? What other things can I say? I could do my impression. What's the name from True Grit?
I was just going to say that's True Grit. That's the remake of True Grit, which needs subtitles in some places. Yeah. Well, it's difficult to talk when you're chewing tobacco. I've tried. It's difficult to do anything when you're chewing tobacco. But,
Max Lashart, Jack Little, the Honey Thief, Edelweiss, Jack Zookeeper's Girl. What's the soup? Rev Young Max Lashart, Jack Little. Jack Little, you're coming back to this town, and then I tell you to stay out, you varmint. Something like that. Anyway, I get my 6-shooter and I'm on a horse. And I go,
all the best ones are here.
They are.
There you go. How is everyone? Good to see you. My back still hurts, but I've come to understand that it is just how I am now. This is it now, permanently, forever. I now have the middle side back of a 75-year-old man. What? I got an emote thanks to the Honey Thief subscription. What does this even mean? Thanks for the Pride Wave. Oh, yeah. Thanks for the Pride Wave. Thanks to the Honey Thief. That's nice. I'm very proud, of course. So thank you. Sheriff Walter bringing the law. Deputy Edward bringing his iron. That's right. Yeah. Am I the deputy? Yeah, I suppose I am. It's for Pride Month. Thank you, Ozik. That's beautiful. Oh, wow. People can now use little Pride cute things. That's amazing.
I like your voice. It's a combination between Yosemite Sam and Foghorn Leghorn. I say, boy.
Foghorn Leghorn. Yeah, I don't want to. I can also do if I can do it. It takes me a while, but Carol Baskin, I can do it. You just go a little higher like that, and you're already doing it. And you're saying, I own this zoo, and I get to do what I want with the animals here. That Carol Baskin, she's coming round to my house. So we could also do the Tiger King himself, Joe Exotic.
Exotic. I don't think I could. Couldn't sustain that one.
No,
that would destroy my vocal cords.
It's an easy one for me. Dr. K. Ross, hi, Dr. K. Ross. Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining. Revian says, I recommend seeing an osteopath. Not right now. It's only been a few days. I thought you were ill. I've not watched it. Oh. Yeah, if you haven't watched The Tiger King, you're not going to know what I was doing there. But that's okay. No, the Honey Thief. Stop it. Stop. Naughty the Honey Thief. Right, look at these lovely people. Do share your Pride emotes in there if you'd like. Jack Little doing a shocked face. Absolutely. To be honest, better getting in early than late with backs. You don't want to mess with them. No, look, we're going to be okay. I'm going to have a look into it tomorrow. Well, no, I'm not. I'm just going to, it's going to be fine. I can feel it already sort of spreading around the rest of the body in a good way. As in that you can see that the rest of my muscles are kind of compensating for the sore part, and it's going tighten up a bit, and it's going to be good. WNL getting told, says Edelweiss. I don't know.
You do have to be careful. I once did my back in so badly and I was getting on a plane 2 days later, and it was only an osteopathic physician that saved me, sort of crunch, crackle, and I walked onto the plane, was able to sit for 7 hours, yeah.
I know.
Just saying.
That's okay. It's only affecting my breathing a little bit. Right, okay. What we're here today to do. Why are you wearing a fantastic sheriff's outfit with a little sheriff star? What does it say on it?
Well, it says sheriff. Yes, sheriff. Yeah. I thought we didn't post some Law and Order because today's quiz is all about the Wild West. Now, there was a fantastic a glut of questions that I could ask. I've kept it almost entirely just specifically to the old Wild West. We could have had an entire round, or we might still, on television and films and things like that portraying the Wild West. But this is pretty much about the Wild West.
I'm going to be so bad at this.
You're going to be so bad at this. Yeah, probably.
It's also worth noting that this came in as a request. We don't have to say any names, but to somebody who doesn't usually talk in the chat. So everybody, give J a wave, and then just the letter J. Just the letter J in the chat. Give J a wave. Say, thanks, J, for suggesting this round. I hope you do well, and I know that you'll let us know if you do or not anyway afterwards. But thanks, J. Let's see some thanks, J. And throw down some J's in the chat. There you go. Look at that. See, Jay, absolutely welcome whenever you want.
Yes, her name is Jehoshaphat.
Oh.
No,
right.
Possibly not.
No.
Possibly not.
No.
Are you ready to be beaten soundly?
See, look at that, love. Absolutely welcome. If you ever do want to join the chat, well, as I've already mentioned, it might be a little late for this, but hey, let's keep going.
Are you ready to play today? To play today.
Jack, there's more J's here than Glastonbury. Very good.
I have 11 questions for you today.
11? Yeah, we best get on with it then.
I couldn't decide which one to throw out, so I've left it in. Now, the only possible effect it could have is making yours and the chatter's averages better, per quiz. So, hey, it's good that I have an extra one occasionally.
Yeah. It makes it more difficult for us to get to Confetti Canyon, which sounds a bit like somewhere would be in the Wild West.
If you make it to the first 10,
then it's Confetti Canyon time.
I promise Confetti Canyon.
Confetti Canyon time. Okay, let me just double check.
You've got to turn them off.
Yep, I know. I'm just making sure that all of the messages that I'm getting on urgent.
I'll remind everybody, of course, that, I'll take the chatter's first 3 answers, and if we have consensus, that'll be your answer. If no consensus is gained in the first 3, then it'll just be the first of those 3 that'll determine your answer. And then I'll ask Edward for his take on the answer, and we'll find out how the scores rise, stay the same, meander along in the Bermuda Triangle of quizzes, yeah. Are you ready?
I'm always ready. I've been ready.
I'll just remind you again that cheaters never prosper, only in the short term. Then quite lucratively sometimes, but hey, always catches you out.
When we went to do our research, because of course we are the time traveling / universe hopping quizmasters. We did go and do some research for this in the Wild West universe. And they did some horrible things to cheaters over there. So I'm just saying,
Have you all been practicing your yeehaws?
I did one earlier.
You did one earlier in private?
No, I did it on here.
Or was it with pain? As when you turned your back?
I was with ow!
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw! Kind of thing. Yeah. No, it's like yeehaw!
Yeehaw! Yeah, that's good. Right. Okay, y'all get ready. Here we go. Time for the Wild West.
Can you please do the whole quiz in that accent?
Who do you take me for? I'm from Ohio. I explained this yesterday. We don't talk like that. Well, actually,
you do a bit.
Southwest and Ohio. Y'all come back now here. Yeah,
that's close enough.
Do. Ding! I need a spittoon here for my chaw.
You need a spittoon for your chaw because without it, it is a mess up there. You've just left all of your spit on the floor.
Would anyone notice? Yeah. All right. Okay.
In that study, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Are you ready? Question number 1. Okay. We've already, of course, had Tomahawks and Annie Oakley already, as well as the origin of the San Francisco 49ers name, whiskey called Red Eye. There have been a lot of Wild West questions already in the course of our first 54 quizzes. This is our 55th. Question number 1. Okay? I'd like to know, simple 50-50, which came first? Okay, the end of the American Civil War or Frank and Jesse James' first bank robbery?
Oh.
Which came first? The end of the American Civil War or Frank and Jesse James' first bank robbery? It's difficult for me to sustain my Southwestern high accent.
No, I think it's good. I like when you sort of dip in.
I can get there. Which came first?
No.
End of the American Civil War, Frank and Jesse James.
That's good.
They're coming in here now.
It was really good.
I have their answer.
I kind of like you going in and out of it, though. It feels like you were.
In and out.
If there was a character in a Western movie that's kind of one of the educated ones, you know, and that's how you sound. And they'd call you like a city slicker, and they'd be annoyed at you for being too smart. Too smart. You're smart for your own good.
Gotta have your R's in your words, though. Yeah. So, Edward, which came first, the end of the American Civil War or Frank and Jesse James' first bank robbery?
I believe it would have been the end of the American Civil War by a good 20 years.
By a good 20 years?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, you are correct, but you shouldn't have added the detail. The James brothers' first bank robbery took place on February the 13th, 1866, but the Civil War had ended the previous year, June 23rd, 1865.
Wow.
With the final capitulation of a general, from the Deep South. Yeah.
Wow.
So, hey, Chatter's got it right as well. After one question, the scores are tied. It's tied. One apiece.
This is good. You're doing well with this.
Yeah. One apiece. Okay. Question number two. Now, moving money safely in the Wild West was tricky. Named for its two founders in 1852, this company provided express and banking services to California. It's now the world's fourth largest bank by market capitalization. It's the largest bank in America.
Capitalization. That's how they
Capitalization. Pony Express didn't come along to get robbed for about another 8 years.
I've not listened to any of the question because I've just been enjoying your accent too much. So you're gonna have to do it again, not with the accent.
We're talking about moving money was quickly.
Not with the accent. Go on, sorry.
Not with the accent, yeah. Named for its two founders in 1852. This company provided express and banking services to California. Okay, it's now the world's fourth largest bank by market capitalization. Okay, I have their answer. And we say Pony Express didn't come along till 1860, about 8 years later, to get robbed a lot. Yeah. What was it? It's a bank still going, fourth largest in the worlds.
Yeah,
largest in America.
Yeah,
named for its two founders. We're talking about a dual name.
A dual name thing with two founders, two names. Oh no, I don't know this one. I'm sorry. I'm seeing the confetti canyon disappear into the smoke. Yeah. Oh no.
Going off with the Pony Express.
Yeah. I probably should know it. Hamlin and McGill. That's a reference to.
I like Hamlin and McGill. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. It is, as the chatters knew, Wells Fargo.
Oh, Wells Fargo, of course.
Yeah. They'd actually, I think 2 years prior, they'd founded American Express. So they were pretty good with their companies. Yeah.
God, those guys. Wells Fargo. I should have known that.
Wells Fargo. Yeah. Hey, it's 2 points to 1 to the chatters. Question 3. Darn it. Question number 3 is true or false, okay? I'll read out a statement. If you agree with it, write down the entire word true. If you disagree, the entire word false.
Got it.
Here's y'all's statement, okay? Although Native Americans sometimes scalped their Caucasian enemies, they learned the practice from the French and English, who were paid to do it. True or false? Although Native Americans sometimes scalped their Caucasian enemies, they learned the practice from the French and English, who were paid to do it.
Paid to do it.
True or false? I have their answer.
It sounds like something rotten that we Europeans would do, so I'm going to say yes.
Sadly, it is true.
The entire word true.
The Dutch governor of Manhattan, Willem Kieft, offered the first bounty in North America for indigenous American scalps back in 1641. The Massachusetts Bay Colony offered $60 a head in 1641. Back in 1703. the English and the French introduced it to the Native Americans, hoping that one tribe would go against another and keep...
yeah, classic. Of course, it was for some weird, horrible, insidious thing that we were trying to do.
So we'll let them blame themselves for having scalped each other.
Oh, God, it really makes me feel sick just thinking about that.
Not exactly a chapter, but to be dredged up in the wild, because it was a wild place.
It's more.
It was a very wild place.
It's just more that we're still sort of doing that kind of stuff, aren't we? Turning communities against one another and stuff, just to.
Yeah, not good. You both got it correct though, and you both got it correct quickly, which, as I say, says too much. But you're right. It's 3 points to 2 to the Chatters. Chatters out there in that lead. Okay.
Oh, all right.
Question number 4.
Yeah.
Number 4. I'd like to know who arrived in San Francisco in 1853 to set up a store to sell clothing and dry goods to the gold rush miners.
Clothing and dry goods.
Clothing and dry goods to the gold rush miners back in 53. Of course, obviously, we'd had San Francisco 49ers. The big gold rush started in 49. Went on quite a few places. Pikes Peak in 58 or something like that. A little bit further east from California. Lots of places. Nevada, lots of silver mines. But who was it who, made his fortune selling clothing and dry goods to the gold rush miners?
You know, there is so much to love about America. Like, still, as a country, in terms of its natural beauty, and a lot of its cities have some really cool stuff about it. Just reminding myself more than anything, reasons why to be positive about America. So what was the question? Oh, the question, the answer. I think
I have their answer. Actually, there was no consensus in the first 3, including a joke. Yeah, you're right. It wasn't Marks and Spencer.
I believe it would be Levi Strauss.
Levi Strauss is absolutely correct. Yeah, notable primarily for jeans, but sold a lot of things to a lot of people, and set it up in San Francisco. He was actually German-born. Mm-hmm. His family moved over to New York, and then they moved gradually west. And he set up then in San Francisco in 1853. So Levi Strauss is correct.
There's a reference to him in a video.
The first of the 3 answers for the Chatters, Levi Strauss as well. So we march up 4 points.
Levi Strauss. I believe he's referenced in Red Dead Redemption 2. So that's probably the only reason why I know it.
Sorry, 3 points to 2 is a 4 to 3. What are we on? Oh, yeah, we're on to question 5 now. It's 4 points to 3.
Am I losing?
Okay. Question number 5. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Roy Rogers was an American singer and actor known as the King of the Cowboys. He appeared in over 100 films and numerous radio and television programs. What was his horse called?
Ooh.
One of the most famous horses in cowboy lore. Roy Rogers, American singer and actor known as the King of the Cowboys, appeared in over 100 films, numerous radio and television programs. What was his horse called? I have their answer.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of famous horses. There's Ed the horse, but it's not that one.
I am Mr. Ed. Bill Bixby. Started it.
Obviously not
and Ray Walston.
Black Beauty. It's obviously... oh gosh, yeah. This is it's gonna annoy me. Not Quicksilver, or it's something like that. But it's
quite a few famous cowboys and famous horses. Yeah,
I'm trying to think of even one where I think, could be a good guess, and I know as soon as I hear it, I'm gonna go, oh yeah. So I'm gonna have to pass, unfortunately, in the interest of moving things on.
Okay, now that you've passed, I will give you a clue. Shares a name with a character from Only Fools and Horses.
Oh, it's Grandad, isn't it? Yes, I know who you're referring to. It's Trigger?
Trigger is correct, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it is Trigger.
I wouldn't have got that.
Can I say that, here I am dressed up today. This is, as you can see, it's a very short tie. Mm-hmm. Designed for probably about a 6-year-old, okay, at best. And it says Roy Rogers, King of the Cowboys.
Oh, does it?
And it has Roy and his wife, Dale Evans. And it's about 70 years old, this tie.
What?
including the stains on it. Yes.
Why do you have this?
It's not actually well, it's mine now, but a friend of Helen's actually owned it back, 20 years ago, and yeah.
Okay. And you've got it for just these sorts of occasions.
And I've got it for just these sorts of occasions. In fact, it's the first time I've ever worn it.
Oh, well, there you go. Literally, this is just for this occasion.
Just for this occasion, we have Roy Rogers, King of the Cowboys.
And did you make?
In fact,
did you
I've
make
been to
that?
Roy Rogers' house.
Have you?
He was born in Cincinnati. It wasn't there when I went to it. If I can explain, the Cincinnati Reds are a big American baseball team, and they built Crosley Field. It's not the new one, the Riverfront Stadium, but they built Crosley Field, the old stadium, on the site where his house had been. So I used to sit there in the stands going, Roy Rogers probably sat here. That was back in the 1960s. They tore that down, of course, and have rebuilt a new stadium since. But yeah, so I've been in his house, but it wasn't there.
It wasn't there.
Yeah.
Okay, and did you make the star today as well?
Oh, I've made the star, yeah.
Did you make this especially for today?
Of course.
Now, can everyone just spend a moment to look at the precision of which that star has been made?
This was literally 12 seconds.
I know, but that's my point, is that to me, there's a little knack that you have for lines and almost comic style drawings.
In general, I do like calligraphy and things like that, and things straight.
Your handwriting is some of the neatest handwriting I've ever seen.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. It's. I mean, look. I'm paying you a compliment of sorts, but also it is indicative of your sort of some
sort of anal retentiveness.
That's what I was going to say. You do when it comes to almost anything.
Almost anything.
You're getting better. You're getting better. The other day, you actually let me do the hoovering. I was very surprised that you didn't guide me through and show me how to do it.
I was on the other side of the door going like this.
All right. Okay. Next question.
It is still 5 point. Well, no, not still. The chatters have increased. They got Trigger. Well it's now 5 points to 3. Do you know what happened to Trigger?
Oh, I probably dead. Probably.
Well, yeah, well, of course, because it was sort of alive in the 1930s. So it would be a miracle if.
I just mean probably shot by some sort of.
No, not shot, and didn't end up as dog food. He actually. When Trigger died, Trigger was a wonderful Palomino horse. What he did was he took the hide, preserved it, and formed it over the form of Trigger. They'd done a body cast, and yeah, so it's sort of like a mummified, taxidermied Trigger.
Oh, where? In a museum somewhere.
It's moved around, I think, 2 or 3 museums. It's now been purchased in 205 by somebody else for about £270,000, and will eventually end up in another Wild West museum. Yeah,
great.
So Trigger lives in some respects. Yeah,
it really doesn't. If I die and then you preserve me and wrap my skin around a weird body, I don't claim to be alive at that point.
Okay, but alive in our hearts, yes.
Oh, always.
You talked about Quicksilver, Hi-O Silver. That was actually the Lone Ranger.
That's who I was thinking of.
The Lone Ranger in Tonto, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And Tonto, I think I think it was Scout was his horse. I think. Okay. Played by Jay Silverheels in the films. Okay. Here we go. Question. You're behind 5 points to 3. Is question number 6.
Oof.
Okay. Listen carefully. Sitting Bull, Crazy Horse, and Conquering Bear were all Lakota Sioux tribal chiefs, warrior chiefs. Which one was originally given the name Jumping Badger by his family? Sitting Bull, Crazy Horse, Conquering Bear, all these great warrior chiefs. Which one was originally given the name Jumping Badger by his family? As a kid, it's, here comes Jumping Badger.
Yeah, and then I know my guess.
I have theirs.
Was it Raging Bull was the last one?
Raging Bull. No, it was Sitting Bull, Crazy Horse, and Conquering Bear.
Conquering Bear. Sorry, it's going to be Conquering Bear to me. That's my thing.
You're going with Conquering
Bear. Because I think he was really upset with his name. And he was like, no, that's not good enough. I'm Conquering Bear.
How dare you?
And he's overcompensated by saying he's going to be Conquering Bear.
It's like A Boy Named Sue. How do you do? Now you're going to die when he meets up with his father. Yeah. You went for, well, Conquering Bear. They went for Crazy Horse. It was Sitting Bull.
Oh, was it?
Sitting Bull. Okay. So sadly, yes.
He's like, I'm not
scores
bouncing.
Do remain the same.
I'm sitting.
Sitting Bull. I mean, they had such excellent names, didn't they? Sitting Bull, Crazy Horse, Conquering Bear.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's cool. The Lakota Sioux were quite warlike. They were originally Plains Indians. In Ohio region and things like that, in the Midwest and up near the lakes, and then, of course, moved further west when they were forced to by the incoming Caucasians. Yes.
Oh,
Question
brilliant.
number 7.
Well, yeah.
Woo, move them out. Give them.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. Question number 7. Number 7 is a bit of a multiple guess. Okay, so listen very carefully. I'll give you 3 answers. You determine which is actually the correct one. Virginia City, Dodge City, or Deadwood? Where was Wild Bill Hickok murdered while he was playing poker?
Oh, I like this one.
Virginia City, Dodge City, or Deadwood? Where was Wild Bill Hickok murdered while he was playing poker?
Who was Wild Bill Hickok?
He was. He was an excellent gunman, and he was on the good guy's side. He's known for the archetypical gunslinging shootout out on the street. Cool. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say...
I have their answer.
Deadwood.
Both you and the chatters went for Deadwood, and you're both dead right, as they say here in England, which is quite strange. In America, you say, oh, you're dead right. Not exactly a phrase that they would use. Picked it up over here. It was in 1876. Do you know what hand he had when he was playing poker?
A royal flush.
They actually peeled the already stiffening fingers away from the hand and found that it was 2 pair.
Not bad.
2 black aces, 2 black eights, aces and eights, which is why, certainly in poker circles, aces and eights are considered to be a dead man's hand.
Oh.
Aces and eights.
Look at this. We can all leave this quiz feeling educated now if you didn't already know that one. Because that's a cool one.
I'll educate a little bit further here. His big problem with that game and ending up dead was the fact that he was sitting in the wrong position. The theory is, of course, that he had his back to the door. You never do that if you're playing cards in a saloon. Okay? The guy came in, shot him in the back of the head, supposedly in retribution for the death of his brother or cousin or something like that. But had he had, always keep your back to the wall.
They should make some movies about this.
I think they have.
I know.
But yeah.
Next question, because we've got 11.
But take my word for it. When you play poker,
Never do my back to the door.
Face the door. I'm
sort of sideways onto the door at the moment. Is that okay? Anyway,
that's okay. You'll do.
All right.
6 points to 4. Both of you got it correct. We're on to question number 8. Now listen carefully. Henry McCarty was an outlaw and a gunfighter who had killed 8 men before he was shot and killed at the tender age of 21. He was also accused of at least 3 other murders in New Mexico's Lincoln County War. What was this young gunslinger's nickname? Now, I've given you 2 clues in the question. Oof. Henry McCarty. He was an outlaw and gunfighter who had killed 8 men before he was shot and killed at the tender age of 21. He was also accused of at least 3 other murders in New Mexico's Lincoln County War. What was this young gunslinger's nickname? I have their answer.
I'm sorry, one more time, because I don't know it.
Outlaw and gunfighter.
Yeah.
Killed 8 men before he was even 21, tender age. Also accused of at least 3 other murders. What was this young gunslinger's nickname? Okay,
so you're saying young quite a lot.
Those are your clues, yes.
Yeah, little young babyface?
Babyface. Henry McCarty, mind you.
No, he's a gangster in the 50s, isn't he? So not him.
Yeah, Babyface Nelson.
No, it's not good for him. Young Buck.
Young Buck. Is that a sequel to?
Don't do any of the rhymes. Don't go there. Let's go.
No.
Let's
I
pass.
was talking about John Candy's role.
Yes, Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck. Yes. A sequel or a prequel?
I can't think of it. Cool Hand Luke.
Cool Hand Luke. Cool, fantastic. Film, and it was George. He didn't get anything for it, but best supporting actor. Yeah.
I don't know.
Cut a long story short, that was a little bit later, of course, set later as well. Okay. Henry McCarty came to be known as Billy the Kid.
Oh, Billy the Kid, a classic.
Billy the Kid,
a classic. And they got it, of course.
And the Chatter's got it. Yes.
Well done, Billy the Kid. That's a good one.
So it's 7 points to 4.
Question lowering my average.
Number 9. Okay, well, we're not there yet. We've got 3 more. You can get beyond your average.
Yeah.
Question number 9. Custer's last stand. Now, General George Custer died in the Battle of the Little Bighorn. What I want to know is, what did the Native Americans call the battle? The white men called it the Battle of the Little Bighorn, named for the river that it was on. What did the Native Americans call it? Was it the Battle of the Greasy Grass, the Battle of the Rusty River, or the Battle of the Whispering Winds?
Ooh, they're all cool names. Greasy Grass is a weird one, though.
What did the Native Americans call the battle? The Battle of Little Bighorn. Was it the Battle of the Greasy Grass, the Battle of the Rusty River, or the Battle of the Whispering Winds? I can feel the chatter stroking their beards collectively, cogitating.
Collective beard.
I have their answer.
Battle of the Rusty River.
You're going for the Rusty River. They went for the Whispering Winds. They're all quite alliterative, aren't they?
It's Greasy Grass, isn't it?
It's Greasy Grass.
It's Greasy Grass.
The Battle of the Greasy Grass. I mean, how could I make... Well, I could make that up, but that would have been a very poor made up...
It's a good point. Did you make up the others?
Yes.
Very well done.
We just needed a little bit of alliteration in there.
Yeah. Greasy Grass.
I thought Rusty River, because it was a river, and it was, little big...
It could have been the colour of rust and...
A little bit too much peat or something or other in the water. Anyway.
Greasy Grass. What was greasy? No, let's not get into this. Next question.
It would have been long. Maybe it had rained. I don't know. Horses slipping.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
It's probably worth looking up at some point, but not right now.
Yeah.
Your scores remain the same. 7 points for the chatters, who are, unbeatable now in this quiz. And 4 points for you, who wants to get at least 2 more to get back up to his average.
I'd like that a lot.
Question number 10. Which would have been the last question had I not had 11 today. Okay, question number 10. Simple 50-50 is true or false again. I'll give you a statement, and if you agree with it, write down the entire word true. If you disagree, the entire word false. I forgot to do the accent, but hey, it's coming back.
It was good.
Okay.
It was good while it lasted.
Question number 10. Statement. Here we go. Butch Cassidy, the famous outlaw, his father actually lived up here in the north of England, in Preston, before moving to the States. True or false? Butch Cassidy, the famous outlaw, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. His father actually lived up here in the north of England, in Preston, before moving to the States.
Let me check your eyes
True
as you're saying it to see if you're lying or not.
Oh, you
the Curb Your Enthusiasm thing,
Yeah.
The entire word.
We have dissent. Sorry, not dissent, but the lack of consensus in the first 3. But I do have their answer.
How can you have a lack of consensus in the first 3? It's only 50-50.
Oh, sorry, it's not consensus. Unanimity.
Okay.
Was the word I was searching for and failing miserably to find.
The entire word true.
The entire word true.
It would make everything so much more interesting. I've never heard of this, so I should say false.
But you have said true, and keeping it true because via Burnley, Accrington, his parents' mother, she was from Nelson near Colne. A real Lancashire lad.
What?
I've actually seen the house in Preston. Yeah, little terraced house where they lived just a little while before they moved on over to the States.
Why would I never have? This is like tiny. baby maybe or whatever.
He wasn't. No, it was his father who lived here, and his father moved over. His father moved over when he I think was about 12 years old.
Okay, so
the family moved over,
right.
and then he was born over there.
Right. Okay. So he was
one of something like 11 sons. One of them called, I think his father was called Maxie.
Okay.
Anyway, and so he was born over there. They were a devout Mormon family, and we're actually going over there to Utah. On their way, but he then went on further to spend most of his time with his Sundance Kid and get killed by the Bolivian army, blown away by the Bolivian army eventually.
Well,
what a life.
Yeah. You think you got it. Yeah. It's one of those weird things, isn't it? Like, I've got to get up and go to work. This guy was, gone this ridiculous adventure with the danger and strife. Okay, next question. Last question. There
we go. It's 8 points to 5. So you're both. Well, you need it for your averages. They're on their average. Here we go.
Okay, well done.
Listen carefully. Written in 1872, "Home on the Range" is a classic Western folk song, sometimes called the unofficial anthem of the American West. It's also the official anthem of the state of Kansas. I think it was adopted in the late 1940s, the official anthem of Kansas. The song, which the chorus finishes, "Where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day." Okay, it mentions 3 animals in its lyrics.
Oh, no.
Name any one of the 3. In the lyrics of "Home on the Range," 3 animals are mentioned. Name any one of the 3 for the point.
Okay, so...
Hang on a sec. Okay, I have their answer.
Oh, you want to say horse, obviously, but you're not. I feel like it would be too easy. So I'm gonna say like cow, like a cattle.
Cattle?
Yeah.
Okay, you're mentioning cattle. Well, how does it start out? Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, buffalo, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Well, it's buffalo, deer, and antelope.
I now feel foolish. Did they get that?
So, some of them went for bears and horses as well, and birds.
Yeah.
But they did get the deer and the antelope in there as well.
Where are they doing the
well, by a score of 9 points to 5, today's Wild West quiz
done.
Emphatically to the chatters. Well done.
Very good. Very, very good. And welcome back. I'm here. Hi, everybody. And yes, well done, chat. You did an exceptional job. And may I say, well done to WNL, because that was a good quiz. That was a really good one. You could have phoned it in. You could have done, classic Western films and stuff like that, and stuck towards that stuff. But I think it was we learned a lot. We
let Roy Rogers in because I had his tie, but the rest we stayed emphatically with the real one.
It was good. It was really good, and I think Roy Rogers is probably one that you can get away with talking about. Yeah, it was a good quiz. There's Alien. Thank you, WNL. Yeah, I know how much effort you've put into those, and fascinating fact: my wife is related to the Queen of the Outlaws, who ran with Jesse James. Do you know who that female outlaw was? Asks Smitty Ventures. That's cool.
At one point, I did, and given 30 seconds because it was almost forming part of the question, but I don't know now. No, please.
It's Mintilly. Hi there, by the way. Hi. While we're on the topic of songs, quizzing 9 to 5 for entertainment and distraction. Quizzing. She's doing quizzing 9 to 5 for entertainment and distraction. Yeah. Okay, I get it. Great. Quizzing 12 till 1 for entertainment and distraction would have been good, but I got it. Big silver mines under Tombstone.
Yeah, Tombstone.
Why are we talking about this?
I included Virginia City because up there they had a lot of silver lodes and things like that. In fact, you can cross over the border up near Lake Tahoe and get to Virginia City very quickly. It's a beautiful old preserved, directly from the times of the various different strikes for silver and gold, and you can visit the offices where Mark Twain, Samuel Clemens, was actually the editor of the newspaper for a while and worked on the newspaper there. It's quite interesting.
Revian says, my Wild West fact is I went to the same school as Gary Cooper. Roby1 Kenobi says, did we make it through this quiz without mention of Pinkertons or Blackwater? We did.
We did. Although I can tell you a story about Pinkertons. Edward, your great uncle.
Oh, yeah. Which is cool, actually. Yeah.
He was a Pinkerton agent.
I know.
And he used to tell the story, of course, about how he got into a shootout on the trains at one point, and when it was all over with, and someone had shot directly at him, but he thought they'd missed. And it was only when he took his cigarette case out of his upper pocket that he realized that it had deflected off of the cigarette case, and that had saved his life. And we all said, "Oh, no way!" We laughed at him. So, of course, as the best storytellers do, he then pulled the case out to show us where the bullet had been embedded in it, and we were silenced.
And my great uncle, he was called Carlisle, right?
Uncle Carlisle, which
is my middle name.
Guess what the C stands for in Edward C. Lewis.
Carlisle, based off a Pinkerton agent. That's kind of cool. That's pretty cool. Great Uncle Carlisle, who is my middle name's namesake. That's cool. Like I should really lead into that one a little more. Her name was Belle Star, and she got away by marrying an Indian or Native American. Got to work. Thank you all. Thank you, Silky Nerd. Thank you so much for coming. Did you keep the bullets? I don't think anybody found it. Should make a vest out of cigarette cases. I know Mythbusters tested it and it worked apparently. So it's not Edward Cheeky Chappy Lewis. No, it isn't. Cigarette cases turn out to save a lot of people's lives, says Osric42. Yes, exactly. It's a pretty awesome story. I think so. Right. We've got a little thing. I don't know if Jean Bello is here right now. I don't know if you're with us. If not, it might make this next segment fairly pointless. I think it was Jean that sent it over. I might be confusing things, perhaps. Again, his name is here. Great. Okay. Well, we'll carry on. We'll carry on just in case. Anyway, hi. So I was sent over, and it was you who sent me a tweet message this morning. Just double checking, because sometimes I get confused with online names versus real life names versus. I thought it was. Just wanted to double check and not come across like an idiot. All right. So. I don't have anything, and thank you, by the way. I just want to say a huge thanks to everybody for coming along and joining the quiz today, and WNL will do another one tomorrow, and etc. We're running way over time here because, of course, we started late. Let's go for, I've got nothing to showcase on the trap camera because, well, we moved it, and we've been experimenting with different locations and stuff, but we'll bring it back. But I instead got a submission from Jean Bello. See how I'm getting the name right as well. And this is from actually his son, who is working on photography as part of the Duke of Edinburgh. Now, Jean Bello's son, hello, son, of course, has a... Oh, I've got a... No, 1 second, stupid thing. I've got to edit this really quickly. Has a project, and they have to take some native photography and have it displayed in a public space. Now, what better place to do it than here? Just going to check this is the right image first of all. Here on this silly live stream. So give me a second while I just try to get it full screen because it's a smaller image, unfortunately. Unless I can just... Sorry, talk amongst yourselves for a moment because I can get it bigger screen. Here we go. Ugh, it's not letting me save it. This is fantastic. Give me a second. Yep. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. We've got this. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So, as part of, maybe, Jean, would you like to set this up a little bit? I don't know if you want to say any more, but yes, blah, 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 blah. Let's have a look at this image now. To the nature screen. Well, there's my desktop again, as always. But yeah, why don't you let us know what this is all about? Here we go. Ah, yes, what a lovely image here. And this is an image taken by Jean Bello's son. and apparently it is to do with the Duke of Edinburgh award, which we all know, of course, and if you don't know, it's an award where it's set obviously by the Duke of Edinburgh, and it's to do with going out camping, exploring, hiking, helping out in the community, and doing lots of things like that around the Great British Isles, I believe. And apparently part of it was to take a photograph and get it shown in a public space, and what better public space than this silly one right here with us doing this silly quiz. So there you go. Thank you, Jean Bella, for sending it in. Any more points you want to add to that before we call it? This is a rose from our garden. Well, it's very beautiful, and it's a very, very lovely, very beautiful photograph, I've got to say. We acknowledge that this, Max Flashart says, we acknowledge this is officially displayed in public and it rocks. You have to pick a skill. So Ben, and welcome Ben, and thanks for sending it in. It's a great idea, and thanks to your dad for getting in touch as well. You have to improve a skill, so Ben picked photography, and this is the one. And so 27 members of the public at least have seen it, and more. Don't say the numbers, because that 27, what's more important is minutes watched, as we know, right? Minutes, how long can we keep it on the screen for? You times that by, so if it's 2 minutes now it's been on the screen, it's 50 plus minutes of being in the public eye, you know, and then you keep, that's how you need to learn how to massage figures to your benefit, right? And that's how you do it. Anyway, we're back, and thank you everybody. Let's do another one of these tomorrow. Have a lovely afternoon/evening. Clipping it now. There you go. Get it shared on Twitter. It could be the most public viewed thing in the world. Minutes per person, exactly. Okay, thank you everybody, and we'll be back tomorrow. Do we have an idea what the quiz is on tomorrow, or are you just gonna wing it? Wing it.
Yeah, I'm gonna wing it. No idea yet.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you again. Thank you again, Jack Little, for this animated screen at the end. I feel like we've definitely got the use out of it, and we'll see you at probably midday tomorrow, unless there's another important meeting getting in the way. But have a nice evening, and see you in a bit. Bye-bye.